Hi guys, welcome to our daily encounter. Today we read about the mighty warrior David, the one who had killed Goliath, the one of whom they sang Saul had killed his thousands, but David his 10,000s. This mighty warrior who had killed many of the enemies of the Lord, succumbing to the flesh and committing adultery with Bathsheba. And this shows us how powerful the flesh is. This mighty warrior who had won so many victories in battle, lost the battle with the flesh. And that ought to warn us to say, the flesh is a very strong force in our lives and can lead us to do things that we wouldn't normally do, as Romans chapter 7 brings out quite clearly. And so we must be on guard against the flesh and realize that we cannot give the flesh oxygen, and we can't allow the flesh any room. Otherwise, we might become overtaken, just as David was. Maybe not in the same exact way or in the exact situation, but in other ways, we can allow the flesh to overcome us if we allow it. And so we must be encouraged to consider our bodies as dead with Christ, the flesh as dead with Christ, our old self crucified with him, and then to walk a life according to the Spirit, setting our minds on the Spirit. In Romans chapter 8, it tells us that we can put to death the deeds of the body through the Spirit. And it's through the Spirit that we can win the battle over the flesh, but it will only be victorious insofar as we decide to walk according to the Spirit, and as we turn aside and away from the desires of the flesh. And this story teaches us that if we don't do that, it could have grave consequences in our lives. And we'll see that play out as we continue our reading in the future. But nonetheless, we know that the flesh is a very powerful influence, and it's something that we need to stand guard against. So as we do our reading today, let's be encouraged to not allow the flesh to overtake us, but for us to be victorious over the flesh, again, by committing it to death with Christ, and then also by walking according to the Spirit, setting our minds on the Spirit, setting our minds on things above where Christ is, and fixing our eyes on Christ, the author and perfecter of our faith. So these are some things we can reflect on and think about as we do our reading today. With that, guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. Hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.